Hello, my friends. Hello. How are you doing today? Welcome back to Managing Mona's Moolah. I am Mona. Welcome if you're new. I'm very happy that you are here. This channel was established to document my mortgage payoff journey. I do paycheck to paycheck budgeting. So every time I get a paycheck, I budget it out. I do cash stuffings towards my day-to-day cash envelopes, and I do some savings challenges along the way. So I welcome you to subscribe if you like any of my content. It helps my channel grow. So thank you for being here. I have a paycheck to budget. I am using this workbook, but you can use any notebook that you want. If you're establishing a new budgeting plan for yourself, you do not need a specific notebook. You can use any notebook that you get at the grocery store. It's just that I've been using this one this system for quite a while, so I'm kind of used to it, and I like having all of my information in one spot. So again, you can order these online if you're so inclined, but I'm not endorsing any products. I'm just kind of sharing what tools I like to use on my budgeting journey. How's your new year going so far? I have a 3-day holiday weekend. Woohoo! We have Dr. Martin Luther King Day on Monday, so I'm excited about that. I hope you all are doing fantastic, starting out the new year wonderful and strong, set with your goals. Some of my goals, one of them includes saving as much money as I can because I'm in the last 6 years of my working career and I am saving as much as I possibly can. So that big goal of retiring in about 5 to 6 years, I am doing everything I can. A lot of people were asking me how I am going to tackle this. What are some of the things that I am doing to prepare for retirement in about 6 years? What I've been doing is, for a while now, at least for a year, I have been purging items from my house that are taking up space that I no longer use, that are just perfectly fine. I just don't use them, so I'm selling them on local Facebook marketplaces, like the Facebook Marketplace and all those local buy-sell groups. So I'm having a little bit of success there. So anytime I get money from that, I put it into my savings account, or I stuff a savings challenge. So just little things like that, watching where I spend my money, increasing my 401k. That is something that I have recently done now that I no longer have a mortgage payment. So little things like that, I'm gradually doing and getting used to a fluctuating paycheck. So I don't usually have a paycheck that's the same amount every 2 weeks. So it just depends on what I need to live for that 2 weeks. So just a couple things that I was doing there just to prepare for retirement in a few years. So I had a viewer ask me what I do for a living, and I have my bachelor's degree in business administration, so I do work in the world of finance. I work in purchasing. I work in budgeting and reconciliation, things like that. I have been working for this current employer for about 23 years now. So, and then prior to that, I was with another company for 9 years. So I have been employed now for 30 some odd years, and I am on the last 6 years of my working career, and I'm excited to save money so I can retire and just enjoy my paid off home. So sorry for the long intro. I'm going to get right into it. The first thing I like to do, I always do, is open my calendar to the current month just to take a look at my current bills. So this paycheck is from January 17th, and I don't have a lot of bills this last 2 weeks of the month. So this paycheck will have to last me until January 30, because my next paycheck will be on January 31st. So it is a magic month. I have 3 paychecks this month. Now the bills I absolutely need to pay is my vehicle emissions test. I am budgeting $25. The reason why I have to get that done is because my car registration renewal is up, and I have to set aside $100 for that. So those two go hand in hand. They won't process my 2-year renewal at $100 until I get this emissions test. So yes, again, this car registration fee for $100 is for 2 years. So I have to budget for that this time around, get those paid and mailed out. I do have a vet appointment for my cat, and that is on the 29th, so I have to set aside money for that. And other than that, I don't have anything else. The cell phone bill was paid, the internet bill was paid. So I just have those 3 things I need to consider as I get into this paycheck. How's your budgeting going for you so far? Do you set up a calendar like this also? It doesn't have to be with stickers. You could just use any calendar you'd like. I just happen to like stickers. I stay motivated a little longer to budget when I add my pretty stickers. These ones I purchased from Etsy. So, all right, so let's turn to the paycheck budget tracker for this paycheck, January 17th through January 30. And I did write in some items to save a little bit of time. So there is always a carryover in my checking account. I never draw it down to 0, so I leave that money in the checking account just in case I need an extra $20 for some reason or another, or I forgot to budget for something, and I can always pull it from that small cushion in my checking account. In this case, I have an exact amount of $131.46. So what's left over from my paycheck that I get to budget for the next 2 weeks is $1,074.82. Now, there are many different items that have already been taken out of my paycheck, and this is what is left. Just to give you an idea, I have my 401k contributions, health and dental, giving. I have money allocated to savings accounts. So all these items have already been taken out of my paycheck, and this is what is left. I am practicing that principle of living on less. So whatever I don't need for the immediate 2 weeks, it is directed to savings or retirement. All right, so the first thing I like to do is make sure my bills are paid. These are the fixed expenses that I have to pay no matter what. So I am going to first acknowledge my Visa credit card payment. I charged a meal to my credit card for 2 people, and I have to pay that back. I don't like to have balances on my credit card, so I pay them off within the same pay period. So that is $38.23, and that brings it to a 0 balance. So then next I have that car emissions test. I am budgeting $25. I don't know how much they charge, but for now I'm just going to put $25. And then my car registration renewal. And this is for 2 years, so I won't have to pay this again until January 2027, and that is $100. All right, and those are the only bills that I have. I like to keep my budget very simple. I don't have a lot of streaming services. My roommate takes care of all that. I don't have any debt. I just pay my utility bills and mandatory items that I need to live, and everything else is just noise to me, and I don't like to deal with anything that I don't have to. So you're going to find my budget very simple. Okay, so let me add these fixed expenses together. That's $38.23 plus 25 plus 100. So my fixed expenses that I must pay from this paycheck is $163.23. And I am going to subtract that amount from my inflow of $1,206.28. And that leaves a remainder of $1,043.05. Okay, so the variable expenses section is where you have little more flexibility. These are your items such as groceries and gas. This is very different for every budgeter. Some people need way more money for groceries depending on the number of people in their household. I just have me and my roommate, so we don't need that much in groceries. So I do have my fur kids, I have my pets that I need to consider. So these are the normal variable expense categories. The one that's missing here is health and beauty, and I don't have anything planned that I would need money for health and beauty, so it's omitted from this budget this time. Okay, so for my allowance, I always give myself some guilt-free spending to tuck in my wallet that I can spend however I wish. I'm gonna budget $125. Sometimes I don't spend it all and I can put it into a savings challenge or use it for another category, or I just let it accumulate. So the options are open there. So for groceries, I'm going to budget $125 as well. This is for eating out as well. Sometimes I have the urge for a hamburger or something, so maybe a cup of coffee, something like that. I will use this money. My fur kids, I have supplies and food and toys and treats that I need to account for, and I usually budget about $50. Now, since I didn't put that vet appointment up here, I'm going to put it down here, so I'm going to write in an extra category here, and this is for the 29th, and I am going to budget $300 for that vet appointment. And if I need more money, I'll just take it from my savings account. So car juice, I like to budget $30. Miscellaneous is $20, and giving is also $20. 25. So it comes out to 670 total. And I'm going to subtract that from 1,043.05, and I have a remainder of 373.05. And I am bringing them up to my savings goals section. Now these are left in my savings account. I only take out the cash when I have an immediate need for these sinking funds. So I'm going to give you an idea of some of the specifics that I have saved. I have these categories saved in the savings account. One of them is home maintenance. The other is car maintenance, because if I have to replace a tire on my car or an oil change, it will come out of that sinking fund that I've established at the bank. I have birthdays and gifts. I have health and beauty. I don't put specific or assign specific dollar values here because part of what's already been taken off the top of my paycheck has already been put into these categories. So I don't want to take it out again from my paycheck. So that'll be like double counting, but it's already been taken out and put into these categories that I have in savings. So those are just a few, to name a few. So I'm not going to take out any of those in cash, but what I do plan on is I have some savings challenges, and hold on just a minute. All right, so I have some savings challenges I'm going to take out some money for. And I'm going to plan for $100. I like to do some savings challenges. I have so much fun saving a little bit of money and tucking it away. I put it in the security safe. I finished 2 last time, so woohoo! So I'm looking to save a little bit more this time. And let's see. I always leave a cushion in my checking, so I'm going to put cushion checking. This becomes my carryover for the next pay period, and I am going to leave in my checking account $273.05. So I'm going to add these two together. 273.05 plus 100 for some savings challenges. So I get a savings total of 373.05. And if I subtract that from the leftover up here, I do indeed get a zero-based budget. I am debt-free. Woohoo! I paid off my mortgage in November. I don't know if you can see my tracker here that I completed. So I like to keep this here as a reminder of the wins that we have to celebrate. So I am debt-free. I'm very comfortable. This is a beautiful home. I'm very blessed to live here, and I thank God every day that I have a place to call my own, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a real quick calculation just to make sure I haven't made any mistakes. So I'm going to start with my carryover that I had from my last paycheck that I did not spend. So $131.46 stayed in my checking account. And then what's left over in my paycheck to budget and live off the next 2 weeks is $1,074.82. That equals an inflow total of $1,206.28. Then I'm going to subtract my fixed expenses here of $163.23, which leaves $1,043.05. And I'm going to take away my variable expenses of $670, which leaves $373.05. And my savings goals, my savings challenges, my sinking funds, they are all captured in this section. So right now I have planned for $100 in savings challenges that I will be taking out in cash. And I'm going to leave $273.05 in my checking account as a cushion. And that does give me a zero-based budget. All right, folks, I am very happy with this budget. I can live on this. When it comes to the second page over here, all I have to do is transfer the dollar values over here. So $125 for my allowance, $125 for groceries. My fur kids are going to get $50. Miscellaneous $20. Giving is $20. Card juice is $30. Savings challenges is going to get $100. Now this giving category is once I receive the leftover in my checking account for my paycheck, then I give extra. So it's just on top. They're already taking it out of my paycheck. So this is just something I do on my own. So I enjoy doing that, taking it over to my favorite local charities. So what I'm going to do is add these together. I'm not going to take out the money that I allocated for the vet appointment. So that's going to stay there in my checking account until I need it. So these are generally my variable expenses, my cash that I will take out. Sometimes I take it out 1 week, I'll take out a little bit, and then the following week, if I need it, I will take out for my checking account the remainder of the cash that I have planned for. So right now it's 125 plus 125 plus 50 plus 20 plus 20 for giving plus 30 for car juice plus $100 for savings challenges. So that equals $470. So here's where I'm going to figure out the denominations for each category that I want from the bank. And then I just take the little slip over to the bank teller and she will give me the denominations that I've asked for. All right, my friends, I am done. Please come on back. I will have a cash stuffing video to do, and that'll be fun because I get to stuff my wallet and I will be prepared for at least the next week ahead. All right, my friends, thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. I know I was chatty today. I welcome you to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps my channel grow. And I will see you next time. I will see you very soon. I wish you all a wonderful weekend coming up. You take care of yourselves and be kind. Bye.